Hey everyone, exciting news. We've officially launched the Paranoid Perspective Patreon. If you love what we do, unpacking conspiracies, chasing mysteries, and laughing through the weirdness, now you can support the show and get more of it.
So, for as little as $5 a month, you will get exclusive access and extra perks to the episode. Sarah, what do we get with tier one?
So, tier one is the Curious Minds, and you get a shout out at the end of every episode.
Next tier, this is what you guys really probably want, ad-free episodes. We don't need those pesky ads that you guys are getting on Spotify, Apple, whatever else. You will get all episodes ad-free along with what else, Sarah?
You'll also get it ahead of time. So before the episode releases for that week, it'll be available for you to watch or listen.
So if you guys are interested, check in the show notes down below, or you can head to patreon.com/the Paranoid Perspective Podcast. Welcome back to the Paranoid Perspective. I am Jake.
I'm Sarah.
Today we're going to talk about something that has never happened in all of recorded human history. Two interstellar flybys. Well, I mean, you got to think, how often have we, well, I mean, really, how long have we had anything resembling modern astronomy?
Yeah, true. Like recorded. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, seeing like even Galileo, when he built telescopes and stuff, it was like seeing fuzzy images, you know, like it wasn't like super clear. So I don't know. I don't think, I feel like some of this stuff is pretty hyped, but listeners, we're going to talk about Oumuamua and our newest little interstellar friend, 3I Atlas, today, and what they could possibly be and what they most likely are, or what they allegedly could be. So
yeah. I'm excited for this.
You've heard about all these though, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't know the other one was called that, and it's kind of a stupid name.
Well, most things for astronomy are stupid names because it's like there's so much shit out there they can't name it. So like you'd run out of names real quick.
Oumuamua is nice though, and then you just 3I Atlas, like
Sarah,
what?
They're scientists, okay? They don't got time to be creative with names, okay? They're trying to do groundbreaking studies and research and discoveries and all this, you know.
That's true. Ask ChatGPT to name it. That
well, hey, that's not a bad idea, actually. You know what I mean? Because I'm sure it would come up. Well, so I don't know. How would it do that? Because it's going to go across all of the internet searches for stuff, and I don't know. That'd be weird.
Just randomly push sounds together.
Yeah, this is how you enunciate this made-up word.
Right, yeah.
Oh, well, let's talk about, we're going to kind of go in order of when these were seen, okay? And this is as recent as 2017. Astronomers detected something unusual, unlike anything they'd ever seen before. It wasn't a comet, and it wasn't an asteroid, and it was definitely not from our solar system. First and foremost, that's fucking terrifying. First time you ever see that, it's just like, we don't know what the fuck this thing is, and it's not bound by the sun. Holy shit. Here comes aliens, you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. I mean, a lot of people thought that when they first heard it, didn't they?
100%, and people still do think that, for sure. So it came in really, really fast. It made a very close pass by the sun, and then it was gone. It was like in and out of our solar system super quick. And listeners, I'm talking about Oumuamua, the very long cigar-shaped, weird, Professor Avi Loeb from Harvard claimed it was aliens because it was moving too slow. We'll get into it too, but he also claims Atlas 3I is aliens because it's moving too fast. But
there's only a sweet spot.
Right, apparently.
Yeah. Wow.
But speaking of 3I Atlas, it was just 2 years later, it happened again. Another interstellar traveler entered our solar system. This one looks a lot more familiar, though. This is definitely more than likely a comet. It's getting closer, so it's starting to kind of shed some of that like icy material and kind of form a tail. Yeah. But it is definitely not from our solar system. So I
cool.
know, right? But like we kind of talked about in the beginning, all of human history, we've never seen a confirmed interstellar object, and now all of a sudden we've seen two in what,
right.
2 years? But the craziest part is it's actually three.
Oh,
there's another one that is not well known called, very good name, Sarah, 2I Biorsvov. I think I can't pronounce. I don't know.
2I. That's why this one's 3I.
I guess so. I don't know how they do the names. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this one was actually in between those two discoveries. So there's actually been 3 interstellar objects that have been seen entering and leaving our solar system. Except
so one a year.
I know, right?
That's crazy.
It's kind of wild. But the 3I Atlas is still entering our solar system. It won't actually pass by Mars, and I think it'll go kind of like behind the sun, so we can't really observe it. I want to say sometime in like November. So
okay.
We still got like about another 5-ish months before it's like starting to leave our solar system. But anyway, I figured this would be a good way to kind of do this. We're going to kind of do a little bit more structured today. So I wanted to break this up into like factual record, what we actually know, timelines, observations. Then we can go with what we actually know about these objects, and then we'll get to the fun stuff kind of at the end.
Yay.
You know?
Yeah.
So let's start with like the no shit factual record. So we're going to start with the Oumuamua. October 19th, 2017, it was detected by the Pan-STARRS 1 telescope in Hawaii, it's designed to actually spot near-Earth objects in case of like, oh shit, we've got asteroid that's going to fucking come and kill us. You know what I mean? Right. Not that we'd be able to do anything about it, but just to give us
a rocket out and
we'll call
attach.
We'll just nuke it and split it in half, and it'll just go around the Earth.
Yeah, of course. Right.
But it was the first time we'd ever seen an orbit like this. It was on a hyperbolic trajectory, which means it wasn't bound to our star. It was just going to pass right through and really, really, really fucking close to the sun. Like it pretty much is going to go into the orbit and slingshot out once it gets close to that enough to the sun and whatnot. So it was really, really weird. So we pretty much got a flyby of it, and we're never going to see it again. It's just going to be gone.
Yeeted into space.
Yeah, it essentially, yes, the sun just fucking yeeted this bitch out of our solar system.
That's how it came in, probably.
Well, so I was listening to listening to an interesting podcast earlier this week, and it makes a lot of sense. Like, you know, the universe is so old, and if you have fragments of space debris, the older the space debris, the faster it's probably moving, because it's probably interacted with a bunch of stars and had that slingshot happen. So it's not uncommon if you see something that could possibly be very, very, very old, that it's moving ridiculously fast.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like a pinball.
Right. Yeah, but every time the pinball gets close to something with some mass, it just picks up a shit ton more speed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
yeah. Oh my gosh.
But it's estimated to be in length anywhere from 100 to 800 meters. So pretty fucking big. And it was really odd shaped. It was shaped like a cylinder or a cigar shape, or it was, so based off the measurements they could get, which is really hard to do because it was moving so fast and it was not very big. It proposed it was about 10 times longer than it was wide. So we're talking just this long, thin material. And it could possibly have even been very flat, or almost like a pancake shape instead of like a cylinder cigar shape, just by the way it was going. Now, it also had a reddish color, which suggests that it had been bombarded by a shit ton of cosmic rays for a very long time. So once again, it's a very old rock, pretty much. So its behavior, its closest approach to the sun was about 0.25 AU, astronomical unit. That's inside the orbit of Mercury.
Oh, really? It
So
almost like plowed into it.
well, no, like it's closer than Mercury is. It
Oh,
came by
okay.
closer.
Yeah.
So Mercury for people that might not know
Mm.
AU, to include myself, I don't know how far an astronomical unit is because I'm
Yeah.
kind of stupid. Mercury's orbit is roughly about 32 million or 34 million miles from the sun. Oumuamua passed the sun at 23 million miles, so it's about 10 million
Mm.
miles closer, or 11 million
Right.
miles closer. So pretty damn close to the sun in cosmic terms. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. Wow.
And at its peak, it was estimated that it was moving at 1,009 or 196,000 miles per hour.
Oh my God.
So once again,
196.
that
Wow.
doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? Like it's like what does that
Yeah.
do? That's just fucking hauling ass. If the like
That's too
anyway.
much to imagine for sure.
Well,
Like,
that's
oh
what
my
I'm
God.
saying.
Yeah.
Like you can think of like what it feels like to go 100 miles an hour. Like most people in vehicles, you can reach a car to get 100 miles an hour. But
Right.
then 10, 20 times that, like, no, we don't understand
Right.
how we would keep it, you know. So
No.
anyway, but the weird part about Oumuamua is when it left the sun, it very slightly accelerated
Hmm.
beyond what the gravity could explain of its slingshotting. So it like
Oh, really?
accelerated more off of what it should have. So
Right.
kind of weird on that part. Some other weird stuff
Yeah.
about it is it didn't have like that typical comet trail, no dust, no visible
Hmm.
outgassing, just a super clean, sleek piece of material. So a lot of people, that's why it's like so foreign to us. They weren't sure, like, dude,
Yeah.
this is definitely alien tech for sure.
Hmm.
So odd
Yeah,
things with the
that's weird.
Muamua.
Yeah, I didn't know it like accelerated more than the sun would have allowed or
Right.
whatever.
Well, what would be expected? And I mean,
Yeah.
there's obviously variables that I'm sure we don't know that could
Yeah.
possibly do that, but I don't know. That is definitely a weird part of it, and that was one of that Avi Loeb, that Harvard professor's guy, like
Hmm.
one of his like, oh yeah, see, it's definitely a piece of alien technology. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah. Yeah, it got energy from the sun and then it could zoom out of
I
there.
mean, hey, it very
That's
well
what.
could be, because I mean, in all honesty, if there are like aliens that travel interstellarly, we would not understand how that works.
Oh
So,
yeah.
I mean, it would
Right.
make yeah, it wouldn't be out of the realm possibility for sure.
Yeah.
So.
Hmm.
So let's move on to some factual information about the 3I Atlas, the one that is coming in as we speak. So this was found in December of 2019. It was found by the Asteroid Terrestrial Impact Last Alert System, or ATLAS. That's where we get the
Oh,
3I Atlas from.
sure.
All of these, this is also in Hawaii as well.
Oh.
So the 3I means it's the third confirmed interstellar object after Oumuamua, and that 2I
Oh,
Bjorsk. Yeah. So
gotcha.
that's why that's named like that, very
Ugh.
scientifically, you know.
Yeah, categorizing it. I mean, what happened to Oumuamua? Who named that? I guess people in Hawaii first.
Yeah, because I believe Oumuamua was it's loosely translated to like scout or messenger, I think,
Hmm.
is what Oumuamua was, if I remember correctly. So
Yeah.
kind of they were kind of on the alien train when they were naming that
Yeah.
as well, I think. You know what I mean? So
Right.
but unlike Oumuamua, this looks like a comet. Like now, like they released a photo of it from Hubble about 5 days ago, I think. Actually, let me pull it up just so we can see it. Listeners, if you want to check out and see what this thing looks like, you can definitely Google it, or you could check us out on our YouTube channel and see it right now. So,
Yeah.
anyway, but yeah, let me see what I can get. See, you're not the only one, Sarah, that has a problem sharing your screen. Boom. So this is the picture that it was taken about 5 days ago. So
Okay.
this part in the middle right here is all of the gas and
Right.
whatnot that is shooting off, and you can kind of start to see a tail forming off of that.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what they're talking about as far as that goes. So, whenever, hang on, let me get this out of here. Why can't you go away now? Listeners, this is what happens when you share your screen.
So I keep mine on a separate screen.
I know, right? I should probably do the same. Well, see, Sarah, I'm running, one screen right now, so I just got to deal with what I got.
Yeah. You need at least 2, maybe 3. 3 would be good.
You know what, Sarah? For this, I'm probably just going to go start buying as many screens as possible and just then I'll have the problem of being all like, well, shit, where'd I put this tab? Where'd I put this
that's
tab?
True. Yeah, there's I think 3 is good. I use 3 at work.
Yeah.
And that's very good. Yeah.
Well, I might have to start investing in some monitors for sure then.
Yeah.
But no, this is definitely looking like a comet. It also looks like it's like pieces are starting to break apart, which is normal comet behavior as it gets closer to a star. Just because it's starting to heat up, it's not really held together. Like it's not like a traditional asteroid where it's like rocky body. It's very loosely compacted. So
okay, yeah,
it kind of makes sense. It's showing all the signs of a typical comet. But for both of these, the timing is very odd, and that's one of the things that is kind of blowing people away. We're talking a 2-year difference between when these were confirmed.
Right, yeah. That's true.
Or actually a 2-year difference from 3 objects confirmed. Like that's pretty. I understand the possibilities are always out there, but the likelihood of it happening like back to back almost is pretty rare.
Yeah, especially if they're different types of objects. Like it's probably not the same material that just broke apart before or whatever. Yeah.
Right. But astronomers say we just have improved detection. That's what explains it. We are always innovating. We're always doing better. Some point to like this cluster of like denser material that we're like currently going through and like our orbit of the galaxy is explaining this amount of things that are happening. So I don't know. It's kind of weird, but at the same time, it's like space is big, man. And shit is always coming through,
Right.
So
and we can detect it better now, so
yeah. And there was no point prior in human history where we could detect it. So we've probably had other objects that have come through. We just haven't been able to actually see them or even wish we could see them. So let's go on to some actual facts and then we'll kind of get into the fun stuff. So Oumuamua's acceleration mystery, it's measured from multiple different observations, and it's all confirmed that this thing definitely accelerated more than it should have coming out of the sun. So that is a definite fact. There is some process happened where that thing gained more momentum than it definitely should have.
Yeah, it's weird.
Now, outgassing from a comet could definitely cause that, like materials being pushed away, but there was no evidence of dust or gas on that thing. So that kind of puts that out right off the bat.
Yeah.
Radiation pressure from sunlight could do it if the object was extremely thin. So are you familiar with what would it be called? Like a light sail? They propose this for certain space travel.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Yeah. So pretty much like we're using the sun's photons to push this thing forward. So it definitely is something that can happen, but it'd have to be like super thin for it to do that. And if it's at the biggest 800 meters long, that means it's at least 80 meters wide. Like that's not thin.
Right,
you know what I mean? So I don't know. So it was definitely, like we talked about, the shape is pretty much confirmed on all sources. But if it was a pancake shape, it definitely would fit the light sail profile better. They might be off on the actual thickness of it.
Yeah,
but either one, it suggests it's a fragment from a larger like breakup of something. Like, and I was watching an interesting documentary on it over the weekend, and they simulated like asteroid impacts on like planetary bodies and stuff. And there is possible like strikes that could happen to where you'd have these like super long, thin fragments that get broken off of the planet. So it's not like out of the realm of possibility that a planet, hundreds of thousands of light years away, hundreds of thousands of years ago got hit by an asteroid and it just broke off some stuff and sent it our way. And we're just happen to see it now. So that's probably more than likely, that's probably what it is, but we don't like to think about the more than likely here.
Right. Yeah. Give us the aliens.
Yeah. Well, and there is some weird stuff, and we'll kind of get into that here in just a little bit, but there is some weird stuff that people have proposed for it too. But then to finish up this, actual information that we know for sure, 3i Atlas, definitely most likely a comet. There's no acceleration mystery. Yes, it's moving very fast, but it's probably also very old, like we talked about before.
Yeah.
And they have done like a decent amount of chemical analysis to show the gas ratios are pointing to something like very cold where it came from. So that explains all the gas it's escaping as it's getting closer to our sun. We have a problem with the probability. That's what a lot of people have a problem with here. There's 3 interstellar visitors in under 3 years. It's statistically weird. It shouldn't happen like that. This could mean these objects are extremely common, which I would really probably believe that. And we just couldn't connect or, detect them before. Or our system has recently entered a space where they are very abundant, very dense pocket of this interstellar medium that's just always out there anyway. So
that's true. Yeah, because we're always entering new parts of space.
Right.
So
the last time
it hadn't happened before.
Like, to think about it in like scale of time, I think the last time we were on this side of the galaxy, I could be wrong on this, but I want to say it was when dinosaurs were around.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, we're going.
God, but then they had the issue with the asteroid.
I'm just saying, dense field that we're going through. Who knows?
Yeah.
So let's get into the fun theories now. We've got through the boring shit. Now we're going to talk about the fun stuff. Okay. So,
all right.
Hypothesis 1. Oumuamua is alien tech. So I've talked about that Avi Loeb guy. He is a Harvard professor. You've probably heard about him. He's probably seen the clickbaity articles about 3i Atlas. He's the one that's talking about, oh, this is definitely alien tech. Okay. He said Oumuamua could be an alien light sail, which we kind of already talked about. It's ultra thin. It's highly reflective. It could be, like I said, as thin as a millimeter or less. You know what I mean? It doesn't need fuel. Yeah. It uses starlight for its propulsion. It could travel between star systems over millions of years with minimal loss of energy. I mean,
that's true. Yeah. Wow.
Sorry, go ahead.
It'd have to have like sensors or something though, right? Maybe inside, I guess. Or,
yeah.
Why would they send it out just to send it out? Like,
well,
there's got to have something on it.
Well, the thing is though, it's like if it is alien tech, we wouldn't know what like it would be so foreign to us. You know what I mean? It wouldn't. We probably would not know how to even understand it if we saw it. Like if we actually physically saw it. I don't know, but it fits Oumuamua because the acceleration matches what a light sail would experience near a star. There's no jets or trails like we've already talked about, and it's flat rotation because it was kind of like flipping end over end when it was coming in. It could be consistent with like that of the tumbling sail that's happening. So.
Oh yeah. That's terrible. I didn't know it was flipping end over end. Like such a long thing, and it's just oh my God.
Yep.
All right.
So its possible purposes, according to people that really buy into this, is it could be a functional probe that's transmitting data, or it could be a relic of some abandoned craft that's just drifting, or it could be an intentional signal left to be found by emerging civilizations like ours. I mean, those are the ideas that they have. And honestly, I mean, what, like, I try to think about it, and this might be the wrong way to think about it, but I think about it from a human perspective, right? Like, if we want to go study something, like, we don't try to fuck with anything. We just stand back and kind of let it do what it's doing. We don't want to.
Right.
That could be part of it, you know? I don't know. So you kind of touched on the second hypothesis, Sarah. This could be a reconnaissance mission.
Yeah.
So some theories say that Oumuamua's path wasn't random and it skimmed multiple planets in one swoop. So if you kind of looked at the orbit of how it did it, it's pretty similar to what 3i Atlas is doing too, where it's kind of coming in and it's able to, you know, not interact, but be close to the other planets to really observe them. So
right, collect data on them and stuff. Plus the sun is very close.
Very close. So, and you know, we've done this with probes to like map atmospheres, scanning for chemical compounds. Like we do this right now. We've done this on Titan. We've done this on Mars. We've done this on Venus. Like, it's not out of the realm of the possibility if we have an advanced civilization, like they wouldn't just be doing this in their solar system. They would be doing it everywhere. So,
right.
The scary part of it is it is a reconnaissance probe. What is it sending its information back to?
Right.
Or
the mothership.
Or is it relaying to something that's already headed this way?
Right. So, that's what they're thinking is the other thing, right? Well, not anymore, maybe, since it's a comet.
Well.
Or it's just disguised.
It could be disguised as a comet.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's another hypothesis about that these are actual coordinated visits. So the arrival of 3i Atlas 2 years later, it definitely set off the alarm bells. I'm sure you saw. I'm sure everybody has seen the fucking posts of, you know, clickbaity alien mothership coming to Earth and blah blah blah, blah. Right, you know what I mean? They're coming to destroy us and whatever. You know, I'm not really believing all this. But the word scout for Oumuamua always gets the conspiracy people going. Like, why would you name it that? It like
right.
Well,
it's not like the people who named it knew.
Well, that's true. That's very true. But if you want to go deeper and really get the tinfoil hat on, are we not already contacting with alien civilizations through our governments and stuff like that?
Right, yeah.
You know, so, I mean.
Yeah, they're already here.
They might, they might already know. This is their disclosure to us. So.
Yeah. Well, can they be more clear?
No, of course not. But 3i Atlas could be a cover deliberately disguised as a comet. Possibly inside could be smaller probes, genetic material for panspermia. I fucking hate that word. It's fucking disgusting. I don't like it.
What?
Panspermia. Never heard of that?
What does that mean? No.
You've never heard of that? Oh man, we're gonna get into this.
No.
So it's the
panspermia.
Yeah. So it's the idea that like life was seeded somewhere else in the universe and the genetic material was like either an asteroid hit us and that's what get like from another planet or something, you know what I mean? That's the idea.
Okay, I've heard of that. I've never heard of it. I didn't know that's what it was called.
That's what it's called. It's makes
my skin crawl. A lot of stuff hit the earth. Yeah. Yeah, I don't like that term, but I feel like that could be true.
Oh yeah. I mean, that very well could be true. And in all honesty, like you've heard like scientists like trying to recreate like the compounds of like proteins and amino acids just like randomly coming together, and they can never do it. I mean, well, we had a shit ton of stuff hit us after our planet was formed. You know, it very likely could be something like that happened. So, Um, it could also have comms in it, like you know how we sent out the Voyager probe and it had like our location and coordinates to try to contact with us when, you know, we're ready to hear it, I guess. I don't know. I'm not really sure where that last little bit comes from, it of that it's the coordinated visit, so it's embedded with tech to, you know, interact with our technology. I don't know. But.
Yeah, it's going to broadcast over all the radios at once in all the languages.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and honestly, like that wouldn't probably be too hard to do for an advanced civilization to actually do that. So,
yeah.
Now, I do like this one. These are both alien relics. Okay. So a lot of people, you know, conspiracy UFOs, you know, they speculate about ancient interstellars, like ships and stuff like that, that once they're abandoned or damaged or something catastrophic happened, they're just going to be adrift. Kind of like what we did with Voyager. We just sent that bitch out and we're just like, well, we're never seeing it again.
Right.
You know?
Well, and James Webb too, right? That we're never going to get that back.
Well, yeah, but that's
Isn't it just continuously?
No, so that's going to stay in, I forget what there's an orbit that kind of puts it behind the moon. It's going to stay in that orbit for quite a while. I could be wrong on that, but I can't remember for sure. But no, but Voyager and Voyager 1 and 2, those were just shot out, and they're actually, I believe Voyager 1, if I remember correctly, is actually in interstellar space. Like it's pretty much outside of the bounds of our sun now, which is kind of wild to think about.
Yeah, that is crazy.
So, but I do like that idea that, you know, our solar system could be passing through this like wreckage of, I don't know, a civilization or like a dramatic event, you know, and we're still just seeing these little bits and pieces of it. So I don't know.
Yeah.
It kind of,
I mean, that would make sense.
Yeah. I mean, because you think like what we do with like all the space debris that's orbiting around our planet right now, just from shooting shuttles up.
Yeah.
Same thing would probably happen. A lot
of stuff.
Right. But same thing would probably happen, you know, with that other civilization too. If they don't need it, it's like, well, space is big, fuck it, you know?
Right. Catapult it out there.
Yeah. Yeet that bitch towards that star. Get it away from us.
Yep. And then just and then it crashes into a future planet. And then you start a war.
Yeah. Next thing you know, we have an intergalactic war and the Federation comes down. They're like, hey, are you with us or are you with these bad people? It's like, you all look like bad people. Yep. I don't know what to do.
All right. We'll be Switzerland.
Yeah, we'll try. I don't think human beings would be Switzerland.
Well,
I think human beings would be like, fuck yeah, let's go. You know, we're gonna go fuck some shit up. That's what I think.
Probably half would pick one side and half would pick the other.
Oh yeah, we'd have a civil war and it'd be, you know, fighting over dumb shit like we already are. But yeah. So there's an interesting thing that social media has kind of started, like this. I don't know. I call it the silent treatment. So the internet is quick to notice mainstream coverage of Oumuamua. They really went quiet after the initial hype in 2017. So, but then by 2018, like all coverage like was completely faded and then replaced with just like, oh, it's just a space rock. You know what I mean? Oh. So it's kind of like, don't get me wrong, I understand that like stuff kind of changes, and when we get information, the story changes, and maybe it just became something that was irrelevant, for sure, is definitely a good possibility. But it just seemed to happen like really abruptly, because we're talking October, like the hype was there, but then by like January of 18, it was like, whatever. Like that's pretty quick turnaround.
Seems pretty fast, yeah, right.
So I don't know, but there are definitely some very unverified claims online. I'm sure this is no shock to anybody, but supposedly we had a secret intercept, a classified probe was sent after it, but I was not able to find anything on that, just besides that we sent something after it.
Right.
So I highly doubt, based on how fast it was moving, I highly doubt we did anything of the sort. So.
Oh yeah. When does Space Force become a thing? That was more recent, right?
Yeah, actually, now that
Oh,
you say that,
2019.
maybe
After
they.
these things, I
I
guess.
was gonna say maybe they were like, oh shit, we gotta get a space force ready because we got shit coming our way.
Right.
Man, you never know. No, but they supposedly somehow they did a trajectory match for Oumuamua as it passed near us, and we were able to, you know, get some classified satellites around it and all. I'm not. Yeah,
Yeah, I don't think so.
I'm not buying that at all. So
No.
anyway, but apparently there was a signal detected from it. It was like a radio burst, but it was not released publicly, and you cannot find anything about that. So I don't know if I believe that either.
Yeah.
So, but I thought those were kind of interesting because that's kind of like more of the social media side of things. Like that's like the hardcore conspiracy theories, like, you know, oh, they wanted to cover it up and it had all this stuff and we sent a probe out and we did this and we did this. And yeah, it's like, this is a little too wild for me, man. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't believe that. I mean, I could see the radio burst maybe, but
Oh, for sure. If you could find actual like scientific data on it, for sure, but you can't find anything on it.
Yeah.
So I think that's just a bunch of bullshit, if we're being honest. So the next one is 3i Atlas is kind of compared to like the Trojan horse. So it's disguised as something seemingly innocent, just a normal comet passes through, but they've already started to see stuff break off of it. And what people are saying, it's not being like a comet, it's like probes that are coming off of it.
To go like shoot other places or whatever.
Apparently, I don't know.
Get data or whatever.
But it's they try to say this because of the actual trajectory of it. Like I said, it's coming in. I think I have a halfway decent picture of its supposed trajectory. Let's see if I can pull this up and not make myself look like a fool. So let's see. Come on. Great podcasting. So this is its supposed trajectory right here.
Okay.
So it's coming in really close to Jupiter, or I'm sorry, it's coming in out from this orbit of Jupiter, and it's coming in really, really, really close to Mars and Earth and Venus. Well, Venus is on the other side, but then it's going to shoot off a little further away. So I thought that was kind of interesting, to say the very least. But that's kind of the idea of it, is that, you know, it's going to start letting probes go and exploring the individual planets and doing stuff like that. But if, you know, this thing is relatively big, I don't even think we would really notice it if they started dropping probes off. You know what I mean? Some of this could be, I've even heard people theorize or hypothesize that they could be carrying something as small as like a nanotech, like a microscopic thing that could do long-term missions without detection, you know? So
yeah, that would be insane.
Right. So well, once again, like if you're going to study something and you are an advanced civilization, I don't think you would want to interact. You'd want to interact as least as possible. You know, you'd want to see like what these crazy people are up to on this planet where they have thermonuclear weapons and they argue about religion and borders, you know? So.
Right, yeah. Well, I mean, why? I feel like because the 3i Atlas is way bigger, right, than Oumuamua.
I think because it's a comet, it appears to be bigger. It's probably significantly smaller, but the actual like trail around it from all the gas makes it like look huge.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it just seems if you want to go incognito to drop probes, like you're in a pretty, like a thing that's everyone's noticing. So.
Well, But
it does look like a comet, so I guess.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We've seen comets forever. Humans have seen comets forever. I mean, it's not an uncommon thing for us to see. I mean, it kind of looks crazy sometimes when it's in the sky, but it's,
But why not be like Vanta Black or something?
Maybe that's a strictly human technology.
Yeah. Or like, I don't know, invisible. Like you've got to be able to, I don't know. It just seems a little weird.
Well, and I don't put a whole lot of stock into that theory at all, that it is a Trojan horse by any means. I think it is a comet for sure, but I mean, it would make sense if they did want to study to make it a seemingly like, what is something these crazy people are used to seeing, on a semi normal basis. Well, here you go. Comet is going to come through real close. And the one thing that people are saying too is it's odd that when it does get like to a point where we could observe it really, really, really well on Earth, it's actually going to be behind the sun. We're not going to be able to see it until it starts to leave the solar system sometime, I think, in December. So
yeah, that's true. They're hiding.
They're hiding
behind our light. This is our sun, and you're gonna. They're using it against us.
There is like a hypothesis for a long game. Oumuamua was a long-range scout that verifies life and technology, and 3i Atlas delivers the long-term monitoring devices.
Right.
Now, I mean, at the end of the day, these technologies and these beings, like they probably don't have to worry about dying, or they're not worried about it, or something happens, or you know what I mean? So if they have to wait centuries for something to happen, then they're just going to do that. That's kind of the idea of these kind of like probing missions that they would do. And then, once it's like, oh yeah, there's definitely life here, send the big boy and shoot out some probes. I don't know. So now, to kind of go back to like the mood that we have online, it's, from what I could tell, there's like three groups of people that I'm seeing for sure. You've got scientists that are crunching the numbers, debating models, publishing papers, like very scientific, rigid. We're not jumping into explanations. We're just trying to figure out like where these are going to be, where we could possibly try to measure some data off of it and call it good.
Right.
You have another one that they are absolutely convinced that this is proof of contact, and they are like, the media is covering it up. This is not, blah, blah, blah. And they're hiding from us, and the aliens are coming and they're going to destroy us, and they're, all that bullshit. Yeah. Seen a lot of that on TikTok, which is hilarious to me. Because I saw one today where it's like, oh, the timeline's changed. They'll be here in 2 weeks. It's like, what how did we go from 4 months from now to 2 weeks?
Right.
Like, okay.
That's crazy.
You're just being stupid now. Yeah. And then, hence the internet, we have the people that are just making fun of this, joking, making memes, talking shit, trolling, that sort of stuff, which is pretty much, I mean, I was thinking about this the other day. That's really like the three categories I see for most people on most topics. You have people that are actually trying to figure out some stuff. You have some people that are convinced that it's bullshit or not, and all in on whatever side it is. And you have people making fun of it. So that's really what I'm seeing online. So nothing like hardline data from any of those memers, I guess I could call them,
Yeah.
So, but I don't know, man. We've had 3 visitors, and 2 have been kind of mysterious. One you can't find any information about. That 2 I can't remember.
Right. That's weird.
And then you have one that looks super familiar, and they're about to be in and out like Oumuamua was, So
it's just, that's weird. You can't find anything on 2i.
I'm sure you could. I did look a little bit, and it was kind of all like uninteresting, I guess would be the best way. So I don't know. It just seems weird to me. I personally think, Sarah, that these are just interstellar space rocks that are coming through our solar system, and we just happen to be alive during the time when they're coming through, and we can measure and detect them.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, because that is pretty new technology. Like, who knows if it's, like you said, we've probably had these before and we had no idea how close they got. And
Yeah.
now we know.
Well, I mean,
We
you
just
got to.
know too much now.
Yeah, we just wouldn't know way too much now. But
and not enough still.
well, and it's like we talked about kind of like the satellites that track near Earth objects. Like that is a super new like
right
field of study. Like that is less than well, maybe I might be speaking a little out of turn because I don't know a whole lot. But we're talking like at minimum decades that has been actually working. You know what I mean?
Right.
So we haven't really been paying attention to near Earth objects for most of human history because we just haven't been concerned with it and hadn't had the technology to actually view it. So now that we can, it's easy to assume and make those high claims of like, see, told you, it's aliens, definitely because it's moving too slow or definitely because it's moving too fast. It's like, well,
yeah.
it definitely, I'm not saying it's a 0% possibility. I just don't think it's that high. So,
yeah.
I don't know, man. We'll see in what, December, November, if we start being visited by some alien probes, I guess. I don't know.
We're not going to know that. So, I mean, if there's like another one that comes.
Well, I guarantee you there will be. I guarantee you there will be, you know, because it's just, we're going, our technology is going to advance exponentially. Just what's what we do. So we do as human beings. And we're going to find more stuff that's coming in and out of our solar system. It's just what's going to happen. So, I don't know. That's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah, I don't think they're aliens. But...
yeah, I don't think so either. Well, listeners, tell us what you guys think, okay? So, if you see this on any sort of social media, let us know in the comments below. What the hell was Oumuamua? What the hell is 3i Atlas? You know, or if you find some interesting information on that 2i, I can't remember. I'll have it in the show notes somewhere. Let us know that too, because I really couldn't find any information about that.
Yeah.
But check us out on all social media. All that will be linked down below. Check out our Patreon, the Paranoid Perspective / or the Paranoid Perspective Podcast / patreon.com. Got some good perks over there for you. Share this podcast with a friend. It goes so much further than you even know. And as always,
remember, just because you're paranoid doesn't mean they're not watching. See you next time on The Paranoid Perspective.